Remember that time that you absolutely 100% remembered something, and then you found out later that you were actually completely wrong? Yeah, we've all been there. Here's the thing that's going to mess with your head. Your memory isn't a recording. It's not a hard drive. It's not even close. Your memory is more like a Wikipedia page that anybody can edit, and that anyone happens to be you any single time that you remember something. Welcome to the uncomfortable truth about your brain. See, in The Matrix, Neo discovers his entire reality is a simulation. His memories, fabricated. His past, an illusion. Here's what Christopher Nolan understood that most of us don't. You don't need a dystopian AI or dream thieves to have false memories. Your brain does it already, automatically. Every single day. Today, we're driving one of the most mind-bending chapters from David McRaney's You Are Not So Smart. Why your memory is mostly fiction. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to question every single I remember it so clearly moment that you've ever had. Think about your clearest memory. Maybe it's your wedding day. Maybe it's your college graduation, or that time you totally won that argument with your sibling. You can see it, right? The colors, the sounds, maybe even the smell of the room. That memory feels real. It feels like you're accessing a video file stored perfectly in your brain. But according to McRaney and decades of cognitive psychological research, it's not. Your memory is less like playing a recording and more like recreating a movie scene from scratch every single time. See, imagine you're a director, and every time you need to remember a scene, you don't play the original footage that was recorded. You rebuild the entire set, hire all the actors to play the parts, rewrite the dialogue based on the notes that you already have, and film it again. Except your notes are terrible. And some of them are outright wrong. And you keep adding details that weren't in the original scene because they now make sense based on the current way that you think. See, every time you recall a memory, you're not accessing it. You're reconstructing it. Here's the real kicker. Every time you reconstruct it, you change it just a little bit. You add details that seem logical. You remove things that don't fit into your current narrative. You enhance the parts that make you look good. It's like Dumbledore's, pensive in Harry Potter. Except instead of seeing memories as they truly happened, you're watching Voldemort's version. And he's the hero of every story. Let me tell you about Elizabeth Loftus. She's basically the Neo of memory research. She took the red pill and showed everyone how deep the rabbit hole actually goes. Loftus showed participants footage of a car accident. Simple, right? Then she asked them a question. Here's where it gets interesting. Group A. How fast were the cars going when they hit each other? Group B, how fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other? One word difference. Hit versus smashed. Group B estimated the cars were going significantly faster, not because they saw a different video. They saw the same footage. But that one word, smashed, literally changed their memory of what they witnessed. A week later, Loftus asked both groups, "Did you see broken glass?" Now, mind you, there was no broken glass in the video. None. But 32% of the smashed group said that they had saw it in the video. They didn't lie. They genuinely remembered seeing broken glass that never existed. See, it's like Inception. One small suggestion planted deep enough becomes indistinguishable from reality. This isn't just about scientific experiments. This is happening to you constantly. The story you tell about your childhood, your parents' version is probably different. That argument with your partner, you both remember it differently. That meeting where you definitely said the brilliant idea first, check the notes. Your brain isn't stupid. It's actually being incredibly efficient. Think about it. Recording and storing every single detail of your life in perfect fidelity would require massive processing power and storage capabilities. Your brain would be like the Matrix trying to render a million Agent Smiths. It would just crash. So instead, your brain does something much, much smarter and more dangerous. When something happens, your brain captures the gist of it, the emotion, and a few key details, but not everything, just the highlights. And over time, these highlights get jumbled with other memories, mixed with things you've heard, and contaminated with your current beliefs. When you remember something, your brain takes those fragments, fills in the gaps with what should have happened based on your current understanding. It's like when you're telling a story and you can't quite remember a detail, so you just fill it in with something that makes sense. Except your brain does this automatically, unconsciously, and convincingly enough that you believe it. Here's the truly terrifying part. The more confident you are in a memory, the more you've probably remembered it and therefore changed it. That story you tell at every party, the one you've told 100 times, the one you can recite perfectly, that's probably your least accurate memory. Because every time you tell it, you refine it. You make it just a little bit better. You emphasize different parts. You add details that get laughs. It's like the telephone game, except you're every person in the chain. But it gets worse, way worse. In part 2, I'm going to show you how this false memory problem has put innocent people in prison, destroyed families, and created a world where you can't even agree on basic facts anymore. Plus, I'll give you 4 strategies to actually work with your broken memory system instead of being controlled by it. If you want to know how deep the rabbit hole goes, hit subscribe, click the notification bell, because next time we're taking the red pill all the way down. I'm Daryl Slay, and unfortunately, I am not so smart, but about to get a whole lot smarter.